Hello, 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 everyone. So, we're going to get started in just a few seconds with our meditation of activating and tuning into your higher self. So, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown before we actually get started. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this community. At the end of this lecture, go ahead and comment Ascension below if it really resonated or taught you anything new, because I would love to hear that. So higher consciousness, what is it in the first place? Okay, well, if you can think of reality as a bubble, you're outside of that bubble looking inside of the bubble, and whatever it is that you're observing, not only from outside the bubble, but inside the bubble, gets created into your physical reality, and you have an experience known as like the third dimension, basically. Super clean, super simple, right? So your higher consciousness is the version of you that's outside of that bubble, that is always kind of like interacting with the version of you inside the bubble. So a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm trying to tap into my higher consciousness. I'm having a hard time doing it, or I can only tap into it when I'm in a really like deep meditative state, right? You actually have to learn how to tap into your higher consciousness at an everyday rate, like any second, anywhere. I need to tune into my higher consciousness, bam, right? And you just turn it on. The hardest part about it is that people don't know how, all right? You need to be fluid with the way that you interact with your higher consciousness. One of the things you need to understand is that your higher consciousness is not the ultimate version of consciousness, right? So you have a higher self, which is associated to your higher consciousness, but it's not the threshold in which everything that you are comes from. Your higher self or your higher consciousness is essentially just like a database of all the experiences in which you're creating this reality from. After your higher self, there are other aspects like your spirit self, your soul self, your your cosmic self. There's a bunch of different forms of self that you can tap into and understand as you start like developing your ascension. Ultimately, you want to always reach your ascended self, not just stopping at your higher self. A lot of people stop at their higher self. The next thing that you need to understand is polarity and duality. If you have a higher self, right, or a higher consciousness, then you have a higher shadow or a higher subconscious in general. A lot of times people just want to focus on one and completely ignore the other. If you do that, you're always polarizing yourself and you're never actually tapping into the full consciousness that is your higher consciousness. Because if our lower consciousness is constructed through our awareness on this half and our inner awareness, our higher aspects are also dualistic in that fashion. So as we understand this now, I'm going to help you with one of the very few techniques that I use if I'm like in a jam and I just feel like disconnected, just so we can start off, for everyone who's never tapped into their higher consciousness in general. So now we're going to take a deep breath. You're just going to be meditating with yourself. Even though we're in a lab together having a workshop, you are meditating by yourself, okay? You're going to relax your body. The first thing you really got to do to really tap into your higher self is relax into your body. So you need to be able to be like, oh, okay. Once you hit that nirvana space in your body where you're like, oh, I'm relaxed, like I'm not holding on to anything, you can move on to the next step. So take a couple deep breaths, let go of all the tension in your body, move around if you have to, relax, breathe out. The more you practice this, when you need to do it in a fly, you'll just be able to be like, and just like relax. Okay, now that you guys are putting yourself in a nice relaxed space right now, from here, you're just gonna let a word come up to you, or feeling, a vibration. For me, I see the word love and wisdom. I saw it as a phrase in my mind's eye. You might feel it, you might have a memory, you might just know it. Something custom to you. Even if it's something like a color, for instance, like what you saw was a flash of red. You don't know what that flash of red actually means. Don't dismiss it. Okay. One of the other things that is really hard about tapping into your higher consciousness or higher self is not having parameters on how it interacts with you. You need to be able to change the way you talk to yourself to be able to interpret this information. So if you're somebody who saw like a number or a color, or you had even a smell come by, okay, that's a bit of information that you're going to use to get to the next step. That's still your higher consciousness interacting with you. From this point forward, no matter what it is that comes to your mind, no matter what it is that you're experiencing, it is real, okay? And you're the only one that's talking to yourself, so you're not traveling any other dimensions. You're actually experiencing yourself. So if anything turns out to be scary or intense, just know, oh, I'm just dealing with myself. I'm just dealing with myself. And that'll help you kind of level yourself out and not lose control. Because sometimes when you're talking to your higher self, it tells you things that you don't want to know. It shows you things that are dark, or it might show you something by reliving something else that may not have been comfortable. You have to be okay with that and breathe out of that section of your energy. So, another deep breath. Whatever it is that you saw, whatever it is that came to you, you're going to recall that. I saw love and wisdom. So, I'm going to look at that same phrase again, love and wisdom. And I'm going to treat it like an AI. I'm going to treat it like myself or like a search engine. What do I need to know about love and wisdom? If you saw a color or number, what do I need to know about this number or this color or this feeling, whatever it is that you're experiencing? And then we're going to take a few minutes. You got to let go of your mind as you're doing it, breathing out anything negative. And whatever answers come in, just be an observer. Don't get attached to it. Just pick up the information. Ready? Deep breath and just accept. Everything is real. All right. So maybe you got an answer that is probably still drawing itself out. If you're still having a second picking up on that answer, I'll give you a few more seconds. All right. So, whatever answer came to you, all right, you may have noticed that as you were picking up the feeling, the information, however it was that you interpreted it, you were also kind of analyzing it at the same time. This is the dialogue or the communication between your higher self and yourself. The processing in between that communication that's kind of elusive, that is the middle neutral ground of your communication. So it's like higher you, communication. Okay. So now that you've been able to tap into that, I want you to go ahead and then allow yourself to keep asking questions. If you feel like you stop at a certain point, I want you to go ahead and be like, okay, what else should I know? Like, is there anything that I should be paying attention to right now? Is there something that I can be working on right now? What's a major lesson I should be understanding at this moment? Okay. You have to keep asking questions as you dive deeper into your healing. So, again, we're going to take another deep breath. You're going to let go of your minds. You're going to remember this experience that you just did, where you asked yourself a question, right? Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to you're going to let go of your mind again. I asked, I just want to know whatever I need to know in this present moment. I let go and I interpret. As you start letting go of your mind and interpreting information, give yourself deeper and deeper into the experience. Remember to breathe out anything negative. I want you to see yourself in your physical body from a third person perspective. Understand that as you see yourself from this third person perspective, your consciousness is now traveling higher and higher. If you want to attain more of your higher consciousness, you have to let go of earthly attachments, friends, family, stories we tell ourselves. Let go of your minds. Stop trying so hard. Stop looking for it. Just accept. Have more trust that you're only interacting with your higher self. Imagine yourself in your own heaven where you're speaking to yourself. Let go of your mind as it forms, as it takes a settling sensation. Sometimes when we interact with our higher self, we don't have any questions. So all I do is I open up my heart chakra to my higher self, to my higher consciousness, and I let it take me wherever it is that I need to go to see what I need to see. You must do it without fear, for everything is now. Remember, breathing is your best friend. Breathe out anything negative. Force yourself to let go of that little bit in the back of your third eye. In your mind, there's like a little bit of a pressure there. Give into it. Force yourself to do something different. What are you afraid of? Yourself? Your higher consciousness, your higher self is here to serve and to integrate. Even if you don't pick up messages, you're still interacting with your higher consciousness. If you're feeling tingling or heat, relaxation, peace, so give into whatever it is that you're feeling and trust that you're talking to your higher consciousness through your intuition. Not everyone picks up information the same way, and not everyone is at the same level to interpret information. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to work with yourself. And if you're feeling anything at all, that's a sign that it's working and that you need to keep going forward. Even if you're feeling like you're sitting in complete silence within your own mind's eye, this is your higher self. Your higher self is only ever going to deliver whatever it is that you can handle at this exact moment based off of your vibrational frequency. The more relaxed you are in this vibration, the easier it is for information to come in. The more honest you are with your own feelings, those kinds of information will come in. Are you someone that experiences or suffers from a lot of fear? In this moment, choose not to run away from fear, the fear within yourself, And that form of information will be communicated by the higher self to this present self. If at any moment you have a voice in the back of your head that seems judgmental, know that's just the illusion, your human programming from an old world culture that no longer serves you. Relax into your body. Give in to any tension. Sometimes the tension is tied to secret messages that our higher self can help us unlock if we work with our higher self. Working with our higher self is not just receiving messages and listening to them. It's by choosing to meet our higher self at the middle, at the edge of our internal reality and the edge of their external reality. I want you to see yourself meeting yourself at the edge of two worlds. Neither one of you can cross over the barrier from your personal world, your higher self and your present self. But you can stand in front of each other and connect. Bring your higher self closer than it's ever been before. It's right in front of you. Are you afraid of this version of yourself? If so, are you afraid of yourself? Ask yourself questions, even if it's not based off of fear. Continue down the rabbit hole, working with your higher consciousness, unlocking more information, understanding that all information is not going to be attained in one easy motion, but it sometimes may be a journey, a dream, a flashback, an experience. Even the harmony of a song. Deep breath. And exhale. Deep breath. And as you exhale, you give yourself more and more and more to your higher self. The wider you make your consciousness by letting go of your mind over and over and over again, infinitely, the easier it will be for you to contact your higher consciousness at any given moment. Deep breath. Now you might be feeling more tension somewhere in your body as you reach this climax of higher awareness. Any tension that you're feeling in your chakras or your physical body, you have to choose to give to this higher awareness. Almost like you're trading this pain and this density for more light, love, and wisdom. Always remembering that it is easy to connect with your higher self. That you can do this at any time of any day. In the matter of a second or a minute. Allow your mind to open more and do not define speed the way you've known it in this world. Allow the definition of speed in your mind to be broken. Allow your definition of time to be broken. Relaxing more and more into the feeling that you're starting to acquire. Make this your new normal by embracing it, even feeling gratitude for it. Have no judgments towards yourself from your higher self or your present self. Accept yourself for who you are in this present moment. Catch yourself if you feel like you're hitting a threshold. Let go of your mind whenever you feel like there's a threshold. You give in to the threshold and you walk past it. There is never enough openness, there is never enough height, there is never enough ascension. Your higher self is limitless. Allow your definition for infinity to be broken. Deep breath. If you feel like there's any chatter in the back of your mind, you catch it and you hush it down. Shh. Let's go back to what we were doing. Like a mindful teacher in your own mind's eye. As you tap into higher and higher energies, relax into this nature. This is your nature. Understand that you are beautiful, even with the illusion of the things that you call flaws, weaknesses, negativities. That you are whole and complete with all of your attributes. And you are centered with the now. Deep breath. Deep breath. And I don't want you to shut off any of the energy. I want you to hold on to this energy, but I don't want you to reach for it anymore. I want you to hold on to it and make it natural. Right now, force yourself to sit in this energy. You're always sitting in your higher self. I want you to stay connected to this higher self. And we're going to play a game. I'm going to send you a number that comes to you, or something that your higher self is going to tell you. I'm not going to transmit it to your physical bodies. I'm going to only share this number with your higher selves. You have to listen to your higher selves to get this right. Remember, staying in this vibration doesn't mean that you have anticipation. You're just existing. Sending the number in 3, 2, 1. A number 1 through 8. The number is 7. We're going to do shapes: a circle, a triangle, a square, a rectangle. I'm going to share this information with your higher selves in 3, 2, 1. We were picking from a circle, a square, a triangle, and a rectangle. The shape is triangle. Last one. It's going to be a shape with a number inside of it. The number can be 1 through 8. The shape is still going to be a circle, a square, a triangle, a rectangle. Sending the information to your higher selves in 3, 2, 1. The transmission was rectangle 4. Take a deep breath. Be present with your higher self in this moment. Take a second to reflect on the 3 answers and whether or not you got them correct, or you were super close, or whether or not you saw them originally and you second guessed yourself. And as you can see, I get swept up by the energy. I really just enjoy staying in this energy. I feel it all over. I feel it inside of me. Like, it's powerful. How many of you got the answers right? I'm curious. Also, if you're looking to accelerate your ascension, go ahead and check out the link below. Schedule a free clarity consultation with me, and we'll see whether or not we can get you moving towards your ascension in rocket speed. All right. Especially if you're looking for one-on-one coaching with a guru. So definitely check that out. Or you can always send me a DM on Instagram, and I will respond to you as well. All right, all three right. Got one right. How is it possible that you got three right? You were in tune with your higher self. That's what. Mostly got the shapes. Me all three. Good job. I got 7, one right. Okay. I got the first two in the last shape. Okay. Got one right. I got the third one right. The last two I was spot on. One was very close. I got 6 for the first one, triangle, and then 3 rectangle. Still pretty close. Got it, you guys. Good job. Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited too that you guys got it right. And even if you did not get this practice right, play it again. Or, just really try to test yourself. What I like to do is like I'll write numbers on a piece of paper when I used to train by myself. And then I would tune into my higher self like this. And then I would have to guess, okay, on this paper, it's a number 7. Bam. Oh crap, it's 7. You know what I mean? So you gotta like be open with yourself, have fun. Even if you didn't do amazing today, it could be that it's just an off day, you know what I mean? Or maybe, you're not used to doing things so quickly like this. Practice makes perfect. You're going to master this if you can perpetuate it as an everyday thing. And don't say, like, oh, I have to do this, only when I look back on this video. Remember what you learned today and practice having the feeling. What you really want to remember is that feeling that you feel when you're tapping into this energy. That's what it is to connect with your higher self. And you can do that anywhere. You can, like, I'll be driving and I'll be like, hey, like, oh my God, I really want to get in and out of this store. I need the first parking spot that's available. And then I'll hear, no, not this row. Go to the second row, turn left. You're gonna see one, bam. I go to the second row, turn left, and there's always a parking spot right there, right? Same thing will happen when I'm shopping and I need to like find the shortest amount of people in a line. I've done it for the lotto, like literally. So the more you can kind of like allow yourself to feel that all the time. If you felt like peace tapping into your higher consciousness, always feel that peace and you'll always have that zen. If you've ever seen like kung fu movies and stuff like that, in kung fu movies, they're always talking about like having control over your mind. When we were walking through this practice of like mastering yourself, the Buddha has even told us that too. Like all you are is a master of your own reality. So if you can force yourself to always say like I'm mastering myself every day, no matter what's going on, and I'm always in contact with my higher self. And when you're going to sleep, you see that same meditation where you're standing face to face with your higher self as you're going to sleep, and you're like, we're just going to connect and we're going to keep talking and we're going to have an amazing adventure while I sleep. And like kind of like try to really make it intimate, like where you two are like, we're doing this together, and then poof, you're going to fall in this really nice trance and have crazy dreams. Let me see. Great for my higher self. What are the range of emotions to the meditation? Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Oh, what a range. Got it. Cool. And then I was thinking about you guys. Yeah. Cool. All right, you guys. Well, I will talk to you later. Send you all the love. Go ahead, share this with your peeps, especially if they don't know how to tap into their higher consciousness. I will see you later.